Welcome to today's exploration of one of the most profound questions in Christian theology. Is salvation a result of faith alone, or is it a combination of faith and works? This question has sparked significant debate throughout history, being the driving force behind the Reformation, a pivotal moment that shaped the course of Protestantism and separated it from Catholicism. Today, we delve into the heart of this theological dilemma, seeking clarity and understanding on a topic that lies at the core of Christian beliefs. At the center of this discourse is the question of whether salvation comes purely through faith, or if works play a necessary role. In other words, is trusting in Jesus sufficient, or must one also engage in specific acts to secure salvation? Different religious traditions have various interpretations and rituals they believe are essential alongside faith. Some emphasize the necessity of water baptism, arguing that without it, one cannot be saved. Others may insist on rites such as receiving Mass, going to confession, or even tithing, suggesting these acts must complement faith. The Bible provides numerous passages supporting the idea that salvation is through faith alone. A famous example is Ephesians 2:8-9, which reads, "For it is by grace you have been saved, through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast." Here, the emphasis is on grace, a divine gift, and not human effort. The Apostle Paul argues that grace, by definition, negates any attempts to earn salvation, asserting that God's blessings are free and undeserved. Several other passages support this view, such as Acts 16:31 and Romans 3:28, which consistently highlight the role of faith over works. However, an ongoing debate centers around James 2:24, which seems to contradict this notion by stating, "You see that a person is considered righteous by what they do, and not by faith alone." At first glance, it appears to advocate for works alongside faith. Yet, a closer examination of the broader context of James's letter provides clarity. James does not propose that works contribute to salvation, but rather emphasizes that genuine faith naturally produces good works. His message is that faith devoid of action is dead. Therefore, while faith is the means of justification, works serve as evidence of a living, active faith. James argues that a vibrant faith manifests itself in good deeds, visible to others, which justify a believer in their eyes, not as a prerequisite for salvation but as its proof. Paul reinforces this idea when he declares that people who have true faith in Jesus are eager to do what is good. Following Ephesians 2:8-9, Paul continues in verse 10, stating that we are created to do good works. Here, works follow faith, emerging naturally from a life transformed by grace. Ultimately, when discussing the concept of being saved by works, we must clarify whose works we mean. The essential work is not our own, but the redemptive act of Christ, his death and resurrection. Salvation is a divine gift offered through Christ's sacrifice, which we receive solely through faith, as highlighted in John 1:12. In conclusion, while discussions around faith and works persist, the core of Christian doctrine remains focused on grace and faith as the primary avenue for salvation. Good works are the natural fruit of genuine faith, not a requirement, but a reflection of a transformed heart and life. As we ponder these profound truths, let us appreciate the gift of grace and the call to live lives that echo the faith we proclaim, a faith that inspires and motivates acts of love and goodness. Thank you for joining us in this exploration. We hope this video offers clarity and enriches your understanding of this crucial aspect of Christian theology. Stay tuned for more insightful discussions, and don't forget to subscribe for future content.